Another day, another brand new set to open. We're doing the Temporal Forces Elite Trainer boxes from the Pokemon Center. I don't even remember what promos are in them. I remember seeing the promos when they first announced them, and they've since jetted out of my noggin. So we're going to do both of these today, mainly because I need some new cards for my new decks that I'm trying to run. Mainly just some of the ace specs, because you only get like a few. I think you get two per booster box. So I got my two, and I didn't get the one that I needed. So we're gonna try again out of these, and just to pull off any of the cool illustration rares. I've been hearing that the pull rates are terrible out of this set, which is I guess good for keeping the value of the cards up. Bad for us actually seeing anything interesting. So if we do, we're gonna be really excited. Which is weird because yeah, I know like pull rate Sword and Shield was like way higher, so I'm wondering where this lies like compared to like the Sword and Shield era stuff. So this should be interesting. We're gonna go through both of them. Temporal Forces is mainly showcasing the primal versions of some of the legendaries. So you have the legendary dogs that are all like ancient dinosaurs. And then you have the legendary, pardon me, I didn't play black and white, whatever these three dudes are, the Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion, their special forms that are futuristic. I really like this box a lot. I think the computer chip kind of thing going around the middle is sick. I don't know what, we do get a lot of stuff. Ooh, I like the cherry red with that. That's awesome. Okay, sleeves are actually kind of sending me. Yeah, this will be fun to open. Ooh, but I see one of the cards. Okay, looks like it's like a future Tyranitar and probably... Is that going to be a... I can't tell. What is that? Oh, it's going to be a Roaring Moon, isn't it? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we get both of them as promos. Those are going to be really sick. I like these a little bit less. This kind of gives me... This is giving me Chilling Reign vibes. That is like the Chilling Reign special ETB, isn't it? Or no, or was it the Mew? I think this Fusion Strike Mew kind of looked like that. I don't know. Something along those lines. It's definitely... No, it's Chilling Reign colors. That's what this is. Either way, I'm going to bust both these open, get them all on the table, and let's take a look at what we get inside. Okay, I think I have everything on the table that's worth talking about. First off, I'm very stupid. The long like insert thing that I was looking at down here, yeah, the card artwork's right on the fucking top. I'm so stupid. And it is Fluttermane actually, which is not what I was expecting, considering we got the Tyranitar special variant. But I am excited again. I guess it just was for the specialty set because we do get the cool big artworks on the inside. I'm glad they didn't stop doing that. We get all the pack arts, so it's two of the ancient ones, two of the future ones, which is kind of cool. Temporal Forces one for both is basically the same thing on the inside, not different Pokemon for each. I will say the inside of the boxes is kind of cool. Again, I like the technology-driven innards of this guy. We'll put that back down on the floor, and then you've got your box, which again just has this lovely like cherry red, like kind of shimmering. It's very good. The coloring's great. This is just a nice storage box. I'm excited to have these. I'm actually going to store these off to the side so I have more storage for another date. Oh, where did the top of the other guy go? Oh, it's down here. I don't know. For some reason, I don't like this one as much. Usually I like the Pokemon better, but the box color's not working quite as good for me as the red is. It's still neat. It's still good. Don't get me wrong, but a little less than the other one. And then you get your sleeves. Again, here's the sleeves for the first box. And then the second box, oh, it's just such a clean cut. I feel like this doesn't pop as much. I feel like the purple doesn't quite work as well in its favor as the red does with that. But I think it's because the red's present in the Pokemon. For him, there is not... No, there's purple, I guess, in his main. That's true. We don't need the bricks of energy. We're just going to toss those to the side. You get your standard poison burn counters. They still look exactly the same. Nothing new has changed there. We get our blue speckled dice with the blue little dice. I will never really enjoy these again until we get set symbols back, which I guess might never happen again, which just makes me so sad. I just wish there was little things to denote these sets. I wish they kept going with the symbols. They're very fun. But yeah, we get this, and we get our nice like minty green one. Looks like the little dice are actually the same color. It's just the big ones that are a little different per each. And then you get your good-looking dividers. Very good-looking dividers. Yeah, weird. The light really has to hit them right for the purple to pop on it. I'm wondering if that's just because of how my overhead light looks now, but I'm not sure. And then these bad boys. Maybe I'm just a fan of the red color. I think it's just the red sending me. That looks very nice. And then you get your Fluttermane promo, which is like a weird shot from the woods, I guess, of you seeing it. Little strange. As long as this Pokemon's in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities except for Midnight Fluttering. Opponent's active Pokemon. That's not the best, because, like, are you swinging with this thing? Put 2 damage counters on your opponent's benched in any way in 90. Not good. Like, cool to shut down the opponent's active ability, but, like, not really good in terms of damage output. And then you get your 2 of Iron Thorns Future. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. This does 70 damage for each future card you find there. Then discard those future cards, shuffle the other back in your... Very weird. We've definitely seen things like this in the past. If you can put things on top of your deck, it's very good, but usually it's just energy. The resource being your future cards is a little weird, and you really have to play a lot of future cards to make that work, I would assume. So I don't know how in love with that I am, but that's how he functions. And that's all the other little secondary stuff. Let me get a new package of sleeves open. eBay's still been doing really well for me. Like, if you do want, like, the older, like, these finished sleeves, go on eBay. There's sellers usually who, like, if you buy more, like, if you buy one, you'll get it for, like, $4. If you buy, like, in bulk, then you get it for, like, $3.50 or $3. I recommend doing that if you're still trying to find those kind of sleeves to put stuff in for binders. I just feel like they fit very nice, and I just am a fan of the old Pokemon backs. And it's cool because, like, look, you get, I don't know, this seller gave you some old ones. I got, like, 20th anniversary sleeves, which is neat. We got Alakazam from one of the Fates Collide, and then we got Breakpoint, I think. Yeah, no, very cool if you want some old sleeves in your life. Without further ado, let's do Temporal Forces boosters and see what we can get out of them. I'm trying to build Golden Go. I just need Prime Catcher, which for some reason is being the biggest pain in the ass and evading me. I think I still need a few useful trainers, and I'll kind of point stuff out as I see it now, because I've kind of learned the set and what's going on with the actual... Is that just... Oh, no, that's just normal Cypher Maniacs. I'm going to pull things out later, too, because I know there's going to be a lot. I forgot Ancient Booster got reprinted in this, too. I mean, it makes total sense because of the fact that it needs... a lot of these cards are Future and Ancient again. So it's cool. I like that, like, they didn't just... stop printing, because I feel like Battle Styles, you got like Rapid Strike energy, but if you put Rapid Strike things in the next set, they didn't carry that on. So neat that they did it that way. Top of cards of the deck, put them back in any order. Not great because turn ends. If turn didn't end, that'd be crazy. If you played a Future Supporter card from your hand during this turn, does another 100. Not great. Cool looking Valiant though. Yeah, I forgot. Whoa, I opened a booster box myself. I was like, oh yeah, I've shown you guys this stuff. No, this is the first we're all seeing this together. Very fun. So we'll just go through as much as we can. And I'll point out anything that's moderately interesting. Colossal. I haven't seen this card yet. 2 item cards. Reveal them. Put them in your hand. Your turn end. Okay, that's why. The turn ends thing is why no one's talking about that. Absolutely. Go away, boxed order. We don't want to see you here. Macargo. My boy gets a card in this set. That's awesome. Oh, did I just talk? I think I hucked the other energy. Is it good? When your opponent's active Pokemon moves from... Oh, I thought the camera wasn't recording for a second. I was like, no! When your opponent's active Pokemon moves to the bench during their turn, their new active Pokemon is now burned. Not great unless you need some sort of burn control deck. That's the only place I could really see that being super useful. But, what are you going to do? And I think it still looks like it's 11 booster packs per one of these. Oh, it's a very cute Pikachu card. Very nice. Is there a Raichu in this set? Did we pass it already? We probably did if I was going quick. Nice. Vikavolt gets a card. 80 more damage to your bet. Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, how do we make a Vikavolt rogue deck? I know Great Tusk, I think, is seeing some play, too. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. If you played Ancient Supporter card from your hand during this turn, discard 3 more. Ooh, we've got a mill, baby. It's here. Search your deck for a card that has no abilities and evolves from one of your Pokemon. Put it onto that Pokemon, evolve it. Shuffle your deck. Pokemon you put down while you were setting up in play, or a Pokemon that's put in play this turn. Kind of cool, because it just needs no ability. Oh, okay. We do... I have... already... Oh, okay, we got 2 things. All right, we'll go through slower here. Let me put the other cards down for 1 second. We'll talk about Maximum Belt. So, if you don't know, Ace Specs were a gimmick that came up in the black and white era, but they're back again. I really think the pink just gives them such a distinct vibe. I'm super happy with how these look. And right now they're worth a lot just because people need them for decks. I'm sure down the road they're going to fall to Radiant standards where like the Radiant Pokemon are very easy to get. Because you are guaranteed these like 2 in a box like you were with Radiance, I feel like, in that era. But they look like that. You got the Ace Spec thing on the side. This one's great, so attacks used by the Pokemon that's attached to you do 50 more damage. If you have anything that needs to get... Oh, wait, to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. Okay, so very particular, though. But EXs are becoming very popular. They're hanging around a lot. They're the things with a higher HP anyway. You're probably going to need this. And once Pokemon V and V-Star completely phase out, this card's probably going to be even more relevant. But it does hit good numbers. I'm trying to... Arceus Arceus Arctina is back in a big way, and that card helps a lot for hitting good numbers on a lot of the bigger EXs that Giratina can't hit with 280. So I'm excited to be playing that again. And then we just get a good art rare Minccino breaking everything in the house. If I remember right, the Cinccino in this deck is useful because Lugia is also back, and I think it has an attack. We'll probably pass it at some point. And then this is probably... Oh yeah, this is the normal Iron Thorns, like the other one. Okay, so he is from this set. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. They usually print a promo from that. But yeah, I think it does like 70 for every special energy attached to it. And since Lugia's whole gimmick is putting special energy places, you can see where that's going. Okay, that's good though. Okay, so we did get an ace spec. That is one I could use as trade fodder if somebody else does need it. I'm really just looking for prime catcher at this point. Aries actually we could talk about Aerie really quick. Reveals your hand, put 2 item cards you find there. Could be very good for shutting down someone that you know next turn has rare candy or whatever in hand, or just like you have a suspicion that they have something that could really set them up. You could use Aerie to shut that down. It does waste your supporter for turn, which I think makes it a lot trickier of a use case. Because again, that's just not a lot to help you. Affecting your opponent negatively. Raging Bolt EX. I know I've seen some builds of this. I haven't looked into it too heavily, but you discard any number of basic energy from your Pokemon. From any of your Pokemon to 7 damage for each you discarded this way. It is a basic. 240 is big for a basic. That's really beefy. And I think if you put that Ancient Booster on it, right, you're at 290? That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I don't know. I know people were saying like, oh yeah, Raging Bolt doesn't really have anything. I think this would be a fun deck to play. And it's crazy because I know I haven't watched a lot of VGC stuff, like the actual like Pokemon game thing. I know how much utility it has there, so I'd be surprised if they weren't anticipating that it would actually be able to do some numbers. And it is Dragon, so it has no weakness, which is cool. I mean, it has no super effectiveness either, but it seems like you can kind of get whatever numbers you need as long as you need fighting. And I mean, there's ways to accelerate lightning really easy, which is good. Sandy Shocks, they're ready to attach. In play, this attack is 70 more. Something. And then the Flutter Mane back again, which is definitely the same one that we've seen. But that's the normal artwork of it. I kind of actually like that one better than the big special art, if I'm being honest with you. And I think we're about halfway down the first box. Let's see what else we could find new. Yeah, I think this set in terms of like playability stuff, like there's a lot good in here. I think this will be a good competitive set, especially with the Matting Ace specs. I mean, that's going to be something that is definitely going to be useful for a while down the road. I know that there is like an Ancient Box deck, and I've seen this card. That's definitely miscut a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, this one's definitely played here. 30 more damage for each of your Ancient Pokemon in play, and then you do 130. Not crazy good, but like as like a one prize basic attacker, that's something that could be moderately useful. I think I've been seeing more of the Miraidon in play in like the future box build decks, or in specifically Iron Hands in Crown, because Crown ups your damage like crazy, and it lets that basic do a lot of damage, and you don't have to put something else in threat. Oh, Perilous Jungle. Their Pokemon check up at 2 more damage counters than each poisoned non-dark Pokemon. Could be helpful, but again, very specific niche builds that'll work for, and not much else. I keep expecting the energy to be special because I've been opening a lot of 151 just in my spare time, just because I've wanted. I did pull my chase card, by the way. It was off camera, but I did pull the Zapdos EX, the secret art rare. I'm so excited about that. I think I'm done with the set officially now, but I'm used to like waiting and being like, oh, is a good energy coming? Oh my god, wait, we got another ace spec. No, I don't think this is it either, though. Is this an energy one? Anyway, this card, retreat cost the Pokemon this card is attached to, is 1 colorless less, and if it's less than HP, then no retreat cost. I'm seeing it again used in... it's not the one I need. And then probably... Oh, we do take that, though. That's a good reverse. Buddy Buddy Poffin's also good. Okay, again, we have a lot to talk about in these. I like doing these like new set ones, because I feel like when we open 2 of these ETBs, this amount of packs really gets us a lot to look at. I haven't heard anybody talking about Neo Upper Energy. I don't even know what it does. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless energy. Okay. If this card is attached to a Stage 2 Pokemon, this card provides every energy type and only provides 2 energy at a time. Okay, so it's like a no drawback double turbo, I guess. And it could provide a specific energy type, which is also pretty good. But if we did get 2 in here, I'm wondering if it's like 2 per ETB. God, that would be so nice if so. And this, as you know, rotation is hitting on April 5th. It's definitely way past April 5th when this comes out. But that means we lose access to Battle VIP Pass. And this is a downgrade and kind of an upgrade. It's very similar. So you can grab 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less, put them onto your bench. I think it seems a lot more balanced to me. Because before it was just pull any 2 of anything. Yeah, it's not really even a downgrade. I mean, it's definitely a downgrade. But I think it's definitely a good like balancing act. Like, we still have an easy way to get a lot of Pokemon onto the bench quickly, which is good. I don't think there's any real problem with that. I think it was just the ability, like the amount of stuff you were able to grab before was just ridiculous. And I think with EXs needing to evolve into stuff, that definitely helps. You can't pull out your basic ones, but you can't pull out your little guys to help evolve. I think that's pretty fair and balanced. A lot more than VIP Pass was. So, cheers to that. Can we get a third ace spec in one box? I'm pulling every single one except the one I need. This is so disappointing. I'm glad to have another one of the belt because I think some other people will 100% want that. Hand trimmer I've seen useful only in like Snorlax stall. Each player discards cards down until they have 5 in their hand. Your opponent does first. 5 fewer cards in the hand do they not discard. So it's helpful because Snorlax stall really prides itself in being able to have a lot of stuff in hand. Um, so if you can nuke a bunch of the resources like that, it's kind of cool. I've seen someone use it effectively. Not good in every circumstance. Very few niche cases it's useful, but it is an interesting card nonetheless. Full Metal Lab, pretty normal thing. Ooh, okay, cool. We got something else too. Normal Full Metal Lab, yours and your opponent's metal Pokemon take 30 less damage. Great. I definitely like having the one copy in Golden Go just in case you need to fudge some numbers quick to make people sweat a little bit more. And then we get our Gouging Fire, dude. I'm a big fan of what they did to Entei. I think this looks really sick. But he's pretty good. He's a basic Fire EX. If you play him in Charizard as like a one-off, 230 HP is always good for a basic. And this Pokemon can't use Blaze again next turn until it leaves the active spot. That's not bad. You can even switch it back in. Pretty much like most other cards that kind of have that. And 260, that's a big number. And if you put that belt on, you're hitting 310. Almost the math you need. 320 is kind of like the magic number, but not too bad. And it is hitting other Pokemon EX for knockout off of just one attack of that, which is something you want to see. Even that, even the whatchamacallit, oh my god, whatever the long neck Raikou fellow is, I already forget. You can even knock him out. At 240 doesn't really matter. You're still getting the knockout on it, which is nice. Got so many boxed orders. I still haven't pulled the other card that I actually need. Relicanth. Okay, I guess Relicanth wants me to talk about it. Each of your evolved Pokemon can use any attack from its previous evolutions. I'm sure there'll be more situations in the future that benefit from this. I feel like we've had a card like this in the past in other formats. But it's neat if there is like a middle evolution that really benefits from being able to use its attack. I think the only thing people are talking about is Incineroar, because it has some sort of attack with one of the littler guys that I think makes it so like either you can't get knocked out or you knock something out really quick if it's at low HP. It's something along those lines. Oh, God, we're on the second box now. I'm nervous. I just need one uncommon of a trainer or two. How am I not finding... Okay, another Cypher Maniac. Oh, yes, we got the Prime Catcher. Oh, my God. Okay, you know what? If we don't find the other things, those are cheap. This is what I was looking for. Yes. Oh, because Golden Go is really benefiting off this a lot. I like playing it with the new Greninja tech that it has in it, and being able to swap something, pull it in as an item card, and still being able to use a supporter for turn is insane. You just switch one of your opponent's bench to the active, and then one of your bench to the active as well. Yes, we actually got the... Ooh, I didn't know Relicanth got it. Okay, we got to talk about everything. Oh, that's so relieving. Okay, whew. I was like, how hard can it be? There's only 5 primes in here. I like that they're making them accessible. I definitely think the prices are going to come down as time goes on and more people rip this. But good to know there's a lot of primes popping up like per box. God, they look so cool. I love the little like subset like weird cards that we get. I love like the break cards back in XY. I love the Radiance. I love the amazing rares. Just always fun stuff. And we've already talked about this, but dang, I love the water Pokemon in the back. It almost looks like it almost has like a sepia tone to it. That's pretty cool. That really works with the Relicanth artwork. Beautiful. We've talked about Cryogon already. And we'll move this. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm glad I opened these packs today because like I wanted to get this deck rolling. Now the only things I'm missing are like a Squawkabilly and there's a Morty's card in here, which I'll explain why I need it when we see one. It's just an uncommon. Like how hard could it be to pop one up? That's all we need. I love that Sableye. Very nice. Rabombi. We haven't even gotten a reverse of it, have we? I think I would have pointed out. Hey, there's the new Incineroar. There's the big dumb cat. Okay, so... I don't know how good he is in practice. I slammed the only deck I've played of this online. But basically what works is that the attacks used of this Pokemon cost 1 star less for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I mean, granted, if you are someone who needs a full bench, like this is a big threat to your play style, but you can just play less cards so he can't attack with Blaze Blast. I know they play this, they play the Radiant Charizard for extra attack, and it plays that middle evolution. I'm wondering if it plays Relicanth, I'm not really sure. But 320 and doing 240 in burn isn't even that great, honestly. On like a big EX, I mean, you're doing that kind of damage for like a consistent less off Gouging Fire. I don't know. I don't see it being super useful. I guess the HP is nice, and there's not a super duper amount of water builds that would really threaten that, which is good, I guess. That is actually good for me, though, because if I do play Palkia V-Star, he can definitely get a really, really easy donk on that thing. Ooh! Oh, we actually got one of the character. No way! Okay, can that be it? Yeah, okay, it can. Yes, we actually got an SIR. Oh, that's awesome. We got the Iron Boulder, who is arguably not one of the ones I was really looking for. I don't even know what he's doing. Is he making like... Oh, this is everyone's making fun of the Mickey Mouse logo looking thing there. Okay, cool. All right, we did get an SIR though. During opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put 8 damage counters in the attacking Pokemon. Fine, and then 200, discard 2 energy from this. If it was discard 2 energy from your opponents, that'd be crazy. This would be a crazy disruption card, but yeah, for 260, you only got 240 yourself. If you have the extra 80, it was knocked out. Put 8 damage counters in the attacking. Okay, if it's knocked out. Too situational to really make work consistently. Could be fun. Maybe if you have a fighting deck, that'd be a good, like, one of to play in there. I don't think I see the play with it. I think he looks really cool. I like whatever's going on there. I don't quite understand it, but I am happy to see one of those. That's awesome. Okay, we've really like pulled like pretty much every type. We haven't pulled a full art, I guess. Ooh, okay. Actually, speaking of pulling other things, we get one of the Terra types, which I think Frigoraph is already dark, so it's just kind of doubling down on it. Again, I wish Terra really did something where you could like choose to when you want a Terra or something. I know, I guess okay, it's Psychic. Okay, but either way, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's basic Pokemon EX. Just the basic EXs, not all EXs. Again, situational. We've had stuff like this in the past, like Jolteon EX back in the day, where it was blocking, I think, basic Pokemon in general. These are always good. They're good stalls. It's just interesting to... Okay, but he is a stage 2. You do have to evolve to it, whereas, like, Jolteon, you just threw it down on the bench and you're ready to go. 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench. Don't apply weakness resistance for bench Pokemon. Dirty Beam. Why do you even call it that? Weird naming. Yeah, I don't know. I like the concept, but I don't think it's super good. And why is every Terra Pokemon just you can't get hit on the bench? Why is that the built-in thing with it? Like, that doesn't even make sense as, like, a universal thing that, like, Terras would get. I don't get it. Very bizarre. How have we not pulled... Oh, actually, that's kind of cool. It's, like, dancing through the rooftops there. Pooch. How have we not gotten one Morty's Conviction? That's all I'm looking for. And then we get a very... I feel like we've only gotten, like, bad Melmetal cards. We really have not seen a good Melmetal, like, since that thing's come out and Go. That is still super crazy to me that it is just, like, a Go exclusive thing. I wish they'd get another one. I feel like that's probably the end of its reign, though. It would be neat to see something else, though. I wish they'd give Go a bit more love in that regard. Because I still do play it, and I just feel like everyone's kind of either chilling on it or giving up or... Oh, okay! I don't know. Go talk aside, that's probably for another video. But we do get Gengar EX, which I've seen this card going up in price because I think people were sleeping on the deck. It's kind of funny. So whenever your opponent attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on it. So fudges numbers a little bit. And then you may move an energy from your opponent's active to one of their bench. Could be good disruption, 160. I forget what else they play in it to make it work. We actually don't get a special art rare of Gengar, despite, I think I think it was like a Jaden Animations video. They were talking to the creator of the TCG, and he just prints Pokemon that he likes, one of those being Gengar. So I'm surprised he didn't get a special illustration rare. I mean, I guess we just got one in Sword and Shield with the very cool VMAX one from there, but this is the highest rarity one we get out of here, so that's actually a pretty pricey card, I think, just because people like Gengar. It's not even like the best full art artwork of him we've seen, but yeah, I don't know, cool. We'll take it. I'll take that over the basic one, which I think I already have a basic EX, so that's the first full art of him I have, which is nice. Another pack, another No Mortys. Brambleghast. I think Brambleghast is actually something worth talking about, right? This Pokemon gets 50 HP for each prize card your opponent's taken. I think for Gym Leader Challenge, I was hearing he's useful, because you could just kind of play him late game, and he's an absolute unit. And then flip a coin for each energy attached, does 180. This is actually funny, because it's Maractus's ability, the old Maractus one with the coin flip, except you need 3 energy to start it up. But yeah, I don't know, coin flips are always a gamble. I mean, that's literally, it's in the nature of it. But yeah, it is cool if you need like a big tanky thing, and as long as it hits like 1 or 2, it's pretty good in GLC because things don't have quite that much HP to have to take out. So you only need to hit like 1 or 2 coin flips. For anything else, not good. It's just funny. I mean, maybe you could take out some Charizards, which would be hilarious, but again, you have to get lucky and hit the coin flips because 0 times 2 is still 0 for anyone doing the math. How did I not pull a single Mortys out of all of this? I just need one. Okay, great. We only have 2 packs left to do it, too. I don't think we are. I think he's just a bulk garbage one. Opponent's active Pokemon now burned. Next turn, Pokemon can't retreat. there's plenty of ways to get switch and move him out of there, and that's not really great. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Yeah, he's pretty much just garbage. He's just garbage bulk. Okay, good. He does. Okay, he does still have the texture on it. I need to find out what set that was, where I have a bunch of cards that just don't have the texture. I need to put them in the light and see if I'm correct, or the old lighting just wasn't working. Can we please pull a Morty's Conviction? Why is this so hard? I just need an uncommon of him. I don't even need a special. Oh, I do have his special art, don't I? I go, worst comes to worst, I can use that, sadly. Dang, yeah, we're not going to get to talk about it. And I've seen him used in some other Roaring Moon builds. Does 10 more damage for each ancient card in your discard pile. Similar thing, I think you can work. Yeah, this is another thing for Ancient Box. I did get beat by it once. I was surprised. It did more work than I anticipated that it would. Okay, I mean, I guess if nothing else, we got the ace spec out of it, and that was going to be the most pricey thing anyway, because like it's really just my specific build that needs that Morty's Conviction. Another Cypher Maniac, which means, ooh, we got the really good-looking Shift Tree. Hell yeah. Okay, good way to end this. I'll end this on one more character art. Oh yeah, look at that. So we got a bunch of C-dots getting flung around in between them, and him doing like a crazy blast of energy coming at you. Very cool. Through your opponent's bench Pokemon. If you do, choose through your opponent's bench Pokemon. If you do, shuffle all of your opponent's bench Pokemon that you didn't choose and all cards attached to those Pokemon into their deck. Kind of silly, but again, on a stage 2, it's just not super great. Energy Loop isn't fantastic, but that is a very dope artwork. Okay, so that's cool. That's everything we get out of this. Again, I'll do the breakdown. These boxes are like 60 a piece, but I still feel like this is the best way to get an ETB just because of the cool promos you get with it and the amount of packs. So I'm happy doing my 2 here and not getting the ones in stores. So cool. Another Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box in the bag. I'll see you guys next time. Happy rotation. Happy deck building. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.